23rd ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs coming in. The first ever meeting between these two great basketball programs, and it's expected to be a dandy here today. With Nate Griffin, I'm JP Heath, and what a matchup. They bring in the A-team, and they've got an outstanding game here.
Well, I'll tell you what, great to be working with you today, JP, but I got to tell you, also great to be calling a game between Gonzaga and the Rice Owls. You're talking about one of the top teams in the nation in Gonzaga, 9-2 on the season, and, of course, the Rice Owls, they play tough at home.
They're very balanced. Yvonne Ejim from Calgary, one of the best post players that Lindsay Edmonds has ever seen. She is the big straw that stirs their drink and can do it so well for them.
Yeah, 6'1", second in the country in field goals, also third in the nation in points scored this year. She's averaged about 22 points in the last 7 games.
Trong twins, obviously big for them as well. And the Rice Owls have been a very balanced team coming off a blowout win at A&M Corpus Christi.
Yeah, when you have a player like Shelby Hayes who can really get it done, she knows how to get it done inside and out, and she's going to need to be big today, 6'2", and you're going to need that height and her size to get it done.
Yeah, Shelby Hayes has played well in the pivot. The other day, she was dressed up in the Sammy the Owl costume at practice, keeping things light. Maya Bukanevich has been huge off the bench with her shooting for the blue and gray. Expected to be an outstanding matchup. And Rice, Lindsay Edmonds telling us they've got to have some early offense in this one against the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Gonzaga will be in red in this one, going from right to left across your monitor. Rice left to right in white. Been looking forward to this one a long time, partner. Good to
really
be here.
Hey, man, good to see you as well. Normally we're doing football, but this is great. The Trong twins, I got to tell you, look, we're calling this game, but did a feature on them. Jersey Village High School students, they were great making the grade, and tell you what, they can really play.
And I think they brought all of Jersey Village here.
They did.
Gonzaga wins the jump. They go with the Trong twins, Hollingsworth, Ejim, and Maxwell. And the Owls starting in a sagging man-to-man right now. Ejim lofting it down low. Hollingsworth puts up the bunny up and in. Too easy early on.
Hollingsworth with a size advantage there in the middle. And, of course, you got to have someone who can rival her in the middle.
Owls going with Fisher, Klazak, Jackson, Innes, and Hayes. Fisher, left side. 3 is up. A little bit long from Innes. Trickles out of bounds and a team rebound here for the Bulldogs. Out of Spokane, Washington.
Remember when we spoke with Lindsay Edmonds, she talked about the Owls going with the three-point shot. That's what they do best. They're not going to be afraid to shoot the three-point shot today against this team.
Gonzaga, the 23rd ranked team in the nation. Ejim looks over in the corner to Maxwell, pressed up high, flips it up top. Rocket pass down low. Ejim had a shot, but kicks it out. And Kaylin Trong buries it. She is automatic, 42% from distance this year.
Yeah, they did that in high school, too, so I'm not surprised at all to watch what they're doing with that three-point shot. But certainly, when you look at the Rice Owls, I love the defense that they're deploying right now, coming out early at the very top with the double. Got to do it, and you got to knock down some shots as well.
Don't know who got a piece of that one, but Klazak's shot sent away. Looked like it was Hollingsworth. Averages about a block on the game. Gonzaga does not look like a team that is road weary.
And that was Hollingsworth that got a piece of that.
Bulldogs folks had some issues with their charter plane. Now Owls turn it over just like that. Not to start. Lindsay Edmonds won it.
Not at all. You have to be able to get started quickly against a team like Gonzaga because they will come out and, obviously get started very early with their offense, and right now they seem to be rolling up 5-0 right now.
Kaylin Trong tosses down low, and Hollingsworth could not scoop it in. She'll be going to the line for a couple.
There is a mismatch between Hollingsworth right there, and you can see that mismatch. Got to do something with the middle very quickly because they're picking and rolling.
And that foul goes on the Owls' Dominique Innes. First free throw is up and good for Hollingsworth. Head coach Lisa Fortier telling me yesterday that Hollingsworth has become much more physical as of late. Averages about 10 points, 7 boards, already had that block. And she has 4 of the team's 7 points. So she's continuing that aggressive mindset as Gonzaga is up a touchdown early here.
Well, they're also good at the free throw line. They shoot 82.3% from the free throw line. They don't miss lots of free throw shots.
Fisher, top of the wheel, steps up for a long deuce, clings hard to the left, and Kaylin Trong leads out to her twin sister, Kaylee Trong. And they go for the handoff again, a quick zip down, and Hollingsworth lays it up and in.
Got to be able to do something about that middle. I mean, you got Hollingsworth getting down low in the post very early, and when that happens on the pick and roll or whenever it happens, you got to be able to stop it.
All Gonzaga early on, a 9-0 advantage. And early on, they've hit their first 3 shots. Rice has missed its first 3 shots, but still a long way to go in this one. Stay with us here. American basketball on ESPN+. Gonzaga out early on the jump. Let's go to our third member of our on-air crew, sideline reporter Abby Christopherson.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, you are not seeing double. Kaylin and Kaylee Trong are identical twins on the Bulldogs, both huge pieces to this team, too, both averaging double digits in scoring, first and second on the team in assists. If that's not exciting enough, like you said, they are both from Houston, Texas, so playing back in their hometown today, I think we can expect to see a lot of passion from them today, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Abby, and we've already seen that. I talked for a little bit with Kaylin after practice yesterday, and she said she actually came to a lot of Rice games growing up, and her first college camp when she was in elementary school, she came here. So Jersey Village, everywhere in Houston's about 30 minutes, but Jersey Village on the northwest side of town, but still backyard for her.
Yeah, that's South Fair School District. They do a phenomenal job. They actually have one coming over here next year, but those twins, they're really good.
Jackson into the middle of the paint, circles back, hands to Ennis for the triple. A little bit long. A good box out from Ejim, averages almost 9 boards per game.
And right now, the Rice Owls really don't have an advantage just yet. They got to find it.
Kaylin Trong gets bumped by Emily Klazak. Klazak's first personal. And the team's second. 9-0 Gonzaga.
She created that foul, JP, just using her body. Saw the defender off of her feet.
Kaylee Trong loses it out of bounds. Good defensive presence there from Ennis as they turn it over.
So eventually the Rice Owls have to get going here. And I look for Malia Fisher to get them off the schneid, if you will. Good jump shooter, if you will, is Malia. But they're going to need something very quickly here. Jackson
looks up to Ennis. And some contact was made with Kaylin Strong, and she goes down in a heap. Offensive foul called.
Yeah, on the revolution there with the elbow, as she's trying to move the ball from one side to the other, and I think she might have caught. Is that Kaylee?
That's Kaylin.
Kay.
Yeah, she was in her hula hoop, as coaches would say, and that left elbow hit her right in the nose.
Yeah, Kaylin took that real tough elbow to the nose. That's a tough deal there.
Kendall Smitley, the athletic trainer out there. And now get a word from Katie Lacanish, lead official. They're going to go see if there was an intentional foul there, but didn't see anything of ill will for Ennis there.
Right, I didn't see any intent to foul at all. I just think that she was trying to move the ball, and unfortunately the elbow was out a little too far, and Kaylin she was definitely in tight.
Yeah, thankfully she's walking off okay, but the points of emphasis the last few years with the Zebras has been anything above the shoulder. They almost automatically go and look at the monitor here.
Have to. You want to look for intent, but I just don't believe that you're going to be able to find intent in this particular case.
So Callie Stokes comes off the bench. She's from Redondo Beach, California. She's got a lot of kinfolk, as they'd say in the South, from Louisiana and Mississippi, Nate. So you've got something in common with one of the Gonzaga players.
Well, not only that, Redondo Beach, not too far from Cal Irvine, and it's a beautiful part of the country out there.
So I'd imagine the officials did not confirm it. And this is a first degree intentional here as a Maxwell. Automatic at the line. I don't believe in jinxes, but she's now 26 of 26 at the free throw line after sinking that pair there.
That's incredible.
11-0 Gonzaga. What does Rice have to do to get the wheels back on the wagon?
Well, you got to find your matchups. Right now, it doesn't look like the matchups are what they need to be, especially down low. So you got to find that down low matchup, that post matchup. That's first. And then secondly, you got to make sure that you continue with the zone.
Ejim, that deep right corner. Slide step Maxwell with the triple. Hits it. 4-point play, perhaps. They're clicking on all cylinders here.
Yeah, they really are. And I tell you what, you see the spacing that they get. They get a lot of spacing to create so that they can shoot those threes. And then when you try to close down on that three-point shot, you end up fouling.
With Maxwell, the freebie, she's automatic from there. You might as well just put it on the board and in the book before she shoots it. 15-0. Early start for the 23rd ranked Bulldogs.
Maxwell scored 5 points in the last 60 seconds.
Yeah, maybe in the last 10 seconds as Fisher.
Make that 6.
Top of the wheel. Good early bucket there to get Hayes and to get the crowd into it and say, okay, take a deep breath, settle down here.
Yeah, you got to settle down. You don't need to try to get to 3 early. Just keep getting the ball in to the mismatch. And right now, Maxwell, Shelby Hayes is going to have to be your mismatch.
Top of the key, Hollingsworth hoisting one up, and she finds the bottom of the net. Only a 31% three-point shooter, but she has been automatic. She's got half of their 18 points. Little floater from Jackson in the lane as the Owls look to get it going. Nice left-handed touch there from Jackson.
Going to need a whole lot more of that from Jackson. She's going to find a little weak spot there right in the middle where the, where the free throw line is. See if you can connect from 10 feet out.
Kaylee Trong. Baseline closed off, so she one-arms a pass over to the right side, and now this is one of their star players each, and they've got a lot of them. Middle of the paint, clings around the iron, grabs her own miss, and sticks it back up and in. And oh, by the way, their leading scorer hadn't even scored yet, but Jackson quickly the other way. They want to push that tempo, and she draws the foul.
Yeah, amazing how she's able to move so fluidly in the post area. And she just gets around. How do you not box her out? After she takes the shot, she misses the shot. She's able to get underneath and get her own rebound. And here it is right here. I mean, you get the block on this end, or better yet, that's just a missed opportunity for the Rice Owls.
Yeah, Jackson southpaw at the free throw line. 83% shooter, so she is near automatic at the strike. One more coming up. Rice as a team, a 73% shooting squad at the line. 14-point early advantage for Gonzaga, not even halfway through this opening quarter.
And the Rice Owls may have to get really aggressive, JP, and just start trying to get the ball to the basket and creating some three-point plays.
Maud Hybens, by the way, coming off the bench. She could not grab that Maxwell miss, and here comes Jackson. Racing up into the front court, lobs down low. Oh, look at that move from Fisher, but could not reverse it up and in. Great move, though.
Wanted to see more from Fisher, but that's what you have to do. I think you're going to have to take the ball down low. You're going to have to create some opportunities, and I'm talking about really get aggressive and going to the basket.
So far, Gonzaga's hit 6 of its first 8 shots. Rice, 2 of 7. Hybens shuffled those feet, turns it over. That's the 3rd turnover for the women from Spokane here.
Yeah, it was really a good pass and a good lead pass. Just 1 foot step too many, if you will. You can't take that many steps getting to the basket.
Hayes to Fisher, quickly in the corner to Klazak. And now Hayes to the free throw line. Nice move to her right, and just did not finish. Spins off the front of the iron, and the jump ball will stay in this end of the floor.
You're going to need a lot more of that. I mean, if you continue to attack the basket, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get some additional opportunities like what you're seeing right now, even with a jump ball. So good to see them attacking the basket, the Rice Owls. Continue doing that.
Yeah, you hear coaches all the time at all the levels. Just get it into the paint. Good things will happen. Now Buchanevich coming off the bench. She has been such a dynamo for them, maximizing her minutes. And Fisher arcs one up. Shooter's roll. It falls in.
Yeah, nice little behind-the-back dribble with a step-back jumper right there. And she got exactly what she needed and wanted.
And Kaylee Trong breaks the pressure. No look underneath. Great pass, and Hollingsworth is fouled.
But I like the hustle by Malia Fisher. Coming from one end to the other after she had just tried to make the steal on the other end, and coming down as fast as she could to try to get it done. And there she is right there. She committed the foul. That's really a good foul, JP.
Yeah, you can't allow the early bucket.
Right.
The easy bucket, I should say, as Haley Adams gets some minutes. Maxwell checks out for Gonzaga. And Esther Little from Ipswich, England checks in.
I remember in junior high school, playing junior high basketball, and I remember we'd play certain teams, and there was always a guy underneath the basket on the other end for the opposing team. We used to call them pot hangers. and that's what they got here. They got a lot of pot hangers. I mean, they really get down to the basket.
The pots on the top shelf.
Yeah, they really get down. Pot hangers, I mean, guys underneath the basket. But that's old school basketball too,
I don't know if I'd ever heard that term.
Yeah.
An offensive foul by the Owls. They have this one on Hayes, her first. And the player control foul, so they will not be going to the line, but already the 15th foul of this opening quarter. So again, if you're just punching us up, this is Kaylee Trong. Her twin sister, Kaylin Trong, left after getting bumped in the nose. She's still on the Gonzaga bench. Hollingsworth lobs it down low. Hybens couldn't finish. Good grab on the offensive board for Stokes after surveying everybody in the gym and missed that follow, and Hayes grabbed the board.
They're fighting, JP. The Rice Owls are now starting to fight underneath the basket. That's how you're going to have to play Gonzaga because they have a little bit of a size advantage. So if you can fight underneath the basket, you got a shot come down with a rebound.
Jackson, little pocket pass, bobbled by Klazak, trapped in the corner, down, back to Jackson, composed herself and laid it in.
More of that. More of that. If you keep ordering that up, you're going to be able to score some baskets.
She's got 6 of Rice's 10 points. Gonzaga got out to the early big lead as Kaylee Trong misses wide in a held ball again. This will go in the favor of Gonzaga. Early on, you said something about the offensive rebounds. I was talking to their longtime radio guy, Steve, 20 years on the call. He said they had 19 offensive rebounds in their game at Cal the other night, but it only led to 12 second chance points. Today, they're taking advantage of those offensive rebounds.
They really are, and what it does is take time off the clock also and doesn't give your opposition an opportunity to get to the basket. So you get a chance at second chance opportunities. But today, the way they shoot threes, now Gonzaga's a little out of sorts because Rice has been owning it for a minute. And right now you can see what they're doing.
They turn it right back over. Each team 4 first quarter turnovers. And so the Rice defense has stepped it up. Gonzaga's missed its last 4 shots. They haven't had a field goal in over 3 minutes.
And you can see Gonzaga coming with the early pressure, full court pressure if you were to try to get Rice out of their rhythm, because right now they do have a little bit of a rhythm going.
Jazzy Owens-Barnett feeding Buckinevich, couldn't hit the one-legged leaner. Another one and done. The Owls aren't getting those second chance opportunities.
Well, first of all, you don't need to take those jumpers. Continue to attack the basket and just let good things happen.
Kaylee Trong watched in the corner, zips it up high. Left Hybens open. She's efficient from deep, but into the right corner, and Stokes a one and done.
Gonzaga's missing Kaylin right now because between the two of them, they're going to find a way to get a 3 up.
Buckinevich will have 3 here as she got fouled in that corner. And she is death in Texas. She is automatic as of late, the way she's been shooting her threes. And
got her feet set, but that defense was pretty good.
Egypt is whistled for her first, and it's a second team foul for Gonzaga. And what a job. Buckinevich mentioned she's been automatic 61% from distance her last 4 games, and she's got a couple more coming up. Nails the first 2, but Lindsay Edmonds telling us yesterday, Maya just incredibly tough, and just to see what she's gone through with the 2 knee surgeries, and behind closed doors, she said she's probably had some rough days, but out in front of the team, she's been all positive, just kept working, and shooters shoot. And then the Owls get a turnover, ripped away by Adams after those 3 free throws made. Owens-Barnett taking it to the rack. She's fouled.
That's how you get it done, JP. You just have to be able get a turnover, attack the basket. Forget the jump shot. Attack the basket and give yourself an opportunity to get to the free throw line. Great steal there. And able to keep that ball inbound. And I love the thought process. Get to the basket.
Good things happen when you go to the rim.
And you get a free throw.
They don't charge you for going there. They're free, folks.
Nothing better than free.
Tell me about it.
I mean, when I block your shot, you always want to get a free throw.
You wish. I'd abuse you in the post. As Owens Barnett splits that pair. At a football-like score here on a largely football-free Saturday. As Kaylee Trong game a catch out front with Hybens. And they don't want to get Ejim started. She hits her second deuce.
No, that bounce pass into the post was just a little too easy to Ejim, and she was able to lay it up off the glass, and that's what you have to avoid. Those passing lanes. Get in those passing lanes.
Adams walks it out to Klazak, who buries the triple.
That was a big three. That was a huge three.
And now, after the bucket went in, a Gonzaga player is on the floor.
Now here's a look, JP, as to what happened there.
That's Hybens that took a tumble from Hilversum, Netherlands.
We got some feet tangled up over there.
The three will count. No infraction. They really needed that from Klazak. The last 3 games, she was only 1 of 10 from distance. And Owls, after getting down by so much early on, they've got it within 6 here.
Yes, you got a minute 15 remaining in the first period. And so, yes, you got to be able at least to try to get within a couple.
Gonzaga's missed 6 of their last 7 shots. Hybens at the line, flips it back out to Kaylee Trong. A minute left here. One arm pass over to Maxwell. Wide of Hybens, but tipped in the post, and Gonzaga will retain possession here.
But that's good defense by the Rice Owls, and right now they're coming with it. You see them playing man defense, zone in the post, but right now man defense.
Kaylee Trong from nearby Jersey Village, graduate student. They get it off just before the horn, but snagged by Rice. Pinball back to Buchanevich. She leads the break, galloping ahead. Adams into the post, arcs one up. Just a little bit too much mustard on it, and cleared by Hollingsworth. Look at Ejim run the floor. How graceful was that? And that's smile on her face to boot.
Yeah, that's what makes her different. I mean, she can run up and down the floor, play in the post like a big person, and all of a sudden you see her getting up and down the floor and recognizes the opportunities for fast breaks.
Coach Fortier telling me yesterday towards the end of practice, the thing about Ejim is the best thing, she's had a healthy growth period and just developed into a star player, as Owens Barnett cannot collect. Good box out by Little. Bulldogs can play for the final shot. Kaylee Trong gets it to the trailer. Oh. Hollingsworth, a dagger, her second 3 of the quarter. She averages about 10. She's got a 14-point first quarter for the Bulldogs.
Boy, when they get it going, they really get it going, especially with the threes, and you can see how good they are, JP.
28-17, all Gonzaga with the hot start and the great finish. A lot more buckets coming up here. Thanks for joining us here on a happy Saturday. Stay with us on ESPN+. Well, it was all Gonzaga early and often. They got started on a 15-0 stretch, and they finished strong. Hollingsworth, a dominant first quarter, and they're on a 3-game winning streak, number 23 team in the nation. They've just been clicking. There's hard to find something they don't do. When I talked with Coach Fortier yesterday, said, hey, we're really good offensively. We're working on the defense. Well, what I'd say, Coach Fortier, now, hey, there's no weaknesses to your team's game now. They're on all cylinders.
Well, I think when you look at what they did against Cal in the overtime game, 78-70, you had Yvonne Ejim score 21 points. And then you had Brianna Maxwell score 18. So, yes, they are good on the offensive end. Maybe they do need to work on the defensive end. No coach is going to tell you that we're perfect. That's just not what they do. They always talk about what they need to work on.
Yeah,
You
you'd
do
be
every
worried
time.
if they did say, yeah,
Right.
well, perfect. Jackson turned around out front. How about that? 5-position player, Ejim, guarding the top of that defense. Buchanevich rattles around. No, he's been automatic lately. But Sam in the game for the Blue and Grays. Jackson goes down to pick it up. Lob right wing. Klazak, can she get her second? Just a little bit long. Rebound slips away. And Kaylee Trong comes out of the pack with the basketball.
Well, they had 2 opportunities there to get off a 3. And I like both the shots. It's just that they don't have to rush it. Fight your way back like you did to get back in the game.
What a first half for Hollingsworth. She drains her 3rd triple. As a team, they shoot 39%, and that's no fluke. Last year, they were above 40% on their threes. They are automatic from distance.
Shooting a little bit better than that today. About 31. Excuse me. Check that. You're not going to believe what I'm going to tell you from 3-point range.
Try me.
71.4%.
Yeah, 5 of 7 early on. Owls pretty cold after that turnover too. The Owls 5th. Rice just 5 of 16 from the field, 31%. It's Kaylee Trong. Bounces right on the wing. And Claire O'Connor some first half minutes. Hollingsworth. There's no answer for her so far.
Not
She
yet.
has been automatic underneath.
Got to get a bigger body on her. You got to body her out.
Buchanevich looking to answer. Adams, though, keeps it alive. Out to Klazak. Buchanevich, free throw line. Som passes right side and tipped away.
Got to attack the basket. If you don't attack the basket, good things are not going to happen. You have to attack the basket. 3-point shots are great, but against this Gonzaga team, attack the basket. Get them in foul trouble. Force them to play defense. Don't play it well, right? Coach said it. Force them to play defense.
Jackson turns the corner, accelerates underneath, and pass tipped away. They only have 1 second to get their next shot off here. They assemble their lineup, and Jackson looking to lob it. Got to hurry. Sam will have to hoist it up, but she passes instead. Not sure why that happened, but got to be aware. Just throw it up.
Yeah, clock awareness. You got to know exactly where you are in the game. And you got to know even sometimes when you throw the ball up there, it might roll in, but you only have a second. You don't have a lot of time.
But Sam's been so key there, backup 5 player. Kaylee Trong bounces up high to O'Connor. She's from Bellevue, Washington. Free throw line, Ejim bluffs a pass. Why not keep it with the hot hand in a 3-second violation? Turned over by Gonzaga.
Right now, Gonzaga is winning the matchup battle. That's where they're winning the game. Down low in the post, there's nobody right now matching up with Hollingsworth at 6'3". So she's going to get those turnaround jump shots. She's going to be able to hit those threes.
Fisher gets a look at it, long and to the right, and snared away by Ejim.
Malia is about 2 shots from really starting to play well.
Yeah, that's one thing Coach Edmonds told us yesterday, that Fisher had foul trouble the game at A&M Corpus Christi the other night, but still played really well. She had those 9 rebounds, but was limited to 18 minutes. Catch and shoot for Maxwell. Skims a little bit long. Body's tumbling, and the ball's pinballed out. And it will be Rice Rock here.
Now, you're down 33-17. You need something to spark you one more time. What do you need? You need something underneath the basket, and possibly an and one. So that's what you're looking for.
Gonzaga played a couple nights ago. They had that 78-70 overtime win at Cal, the first ever meeting, and the first ever meeting between these 2 great programs. Fisher, nice little evasive dribble, but shot just a little bit off to the left.
Like I said, she needs 2 shots before she really gets going. That was 1.
Okay. Counting them down, huh? I
Count
like
them
that
down.
optimism. Right wing Hollingsworth. She's one off her career high in threes.
Well, I like the matchup between Malia and Hollingsworth. Got a bigger player. Malia 6'2", Fisher.
Kaylee Trong, like an open gym Saturday afternoon.
You can't let that happen, though. Okay? You get your matchup in the middle. You can't let Kaylee start hitting shots from 10 to 15 feet out. She's a dead-eye shooter.
Coach Fortier was telling me yesterday, I was asking some of the differences, similarities of the Trong sisters, and Kaylee Trong will come right at you like she did there. And a great drive by Jackson here.
That's what you got to have. Attack the basket. That's how you get back in the game. You got to force Gonzaga to play defense and tire them out just a little bit. Right now, they have everything working in their favor.
Another catch and shoot from Maxwell. Controlled by Rice. Hayes really good at that this season. Averages about 5 boards per game.
Good job, Shelby Hayes.
Bukanevich launches one from distance. It's long and lands in the lap of Kaylee Trong here.
I don't have a problem with the it's not a problem with the Rice House taking the 3-point shots. The only problem is they're getting one opportunity.
Yeah, because Bukanevich, their best 3-point shooter.
They're shooting 11% right now.
Yeah, 1 of 9
From 3.
so far. See that Gonzaga number. Good job by the crew there. 5 of 9. You can't contain her. She matches her career high in threes, and we've still got half of the second quarter to go.
Basically, what you have to do is chase her all over the court.
The 6'3" grad student from Melbourne.
She's having a day.
Tied her career high in threes.
Right
And
out
she's
there,
matched
Malia.
her career high in points as Fisher falls down in the paint. Up ahead for Stokes. Wide open, Kaylee Trong. It's good.
Oh, boy. That's automatic, man.
Oh, by the way, she's a 38% three-point shooter. She hit the big shot in the game against Cal to force overtime to tie it at 65. Not many weaknesses on this Gonzaga team, as we're seeing. They lead 40-19 over the talented Rice Owls. Back in a bit here, the rest of this first half. Stay with us on ESPN Plus. What did Eliza Hollingsworth have for breakfast, Nate? My gosh.
Wheaties.
I want some of that. She is
Wheaties.
at a very hot first half. 1 off her career high, matched her career high in threes. And Hollingsworth on the outside, they were just looking at that last 3 to see if her foot was behind the line. But inside, outside, it's not that she hasn't gone inside. She's been both levels there.
Yeah, there's just no match for her today. And of course, you know, look, what's going to have to happen is there's going to have to be a find somewhere in that Rice lineup where they can match up with her, because right now they're not getting it done.
It's currently almost 8 a.m. in Melbourne, where I'm sure she has a lot of friends and family watching in. They're getting a good Sunday morning treat there, mate, as Ennis scoops to the hoop. Good things happen. You take it to the rack.
Nice job by Ennis that time, attacking the basket. And if Rice continues to do that, it's going to take some work to get it done. Plenty of time left to get this thing down.
You know, early on we talked about the balance from this Rice team. 7 players have scored their 21 points as after a turnover, Bukanevich ahead to Owens Barnett. Back out to Bukanevich. Ennis contemplates, picks up the dribble. Owens Barnett back up to Ennis. Lobs it low. Hayes gets free but can't stick it in. Rebound grab by Stokes.
She didn't know where she was on the floor, and it was very obvious of the way she released the basketball. Could have taken a step to the basket and just laid it up. Court awareness is so critical in a game against a team like this.
Little looks high to Hybens. In the corner, easy path to the bucket. Laid up and in by Stokes. Her first field goal of the game. They've had 6 players score their 42. It's been mainly the Eliza Hollingsworth show, but others have contributed. She's really picked up with Kaylin Trong going down with that early bump in the nose. Owls rim one out there and taken away by the Zags Little.
Yeah, they're not able to find their shot because of the rhythm of the Zags, and it's just really tough right now. Got to find your mismatches. Try and play a little bit better defense, and maybe you can create some offense off your defense.
Stokes to Hollingsworth.
There you
Knocked
go.
away for a second. Opens up the lane to
That was a
drive.
travel.
And extra step. I like you better as an announcer than an official, so I think you looked into that call.
Oh, I did. I know the game.
Well, I didn't say you didn't know it, but
I mean, what are you saying?
well, like Miss
I mean, just because you
McKennish.
think you can misuse me in the post, you think I don't know the game?
use you and abuse you. There you go.
I'll get my 15 on you.
We were
I
talking to
guarantee
the
you.
Zebras before the game. They said, don't y'all be talking smack about us. As a good roll in there by Buchanevich. Couldn't hit it from 3 early on, but she gets that deuce.
They got the steal. And you can see it developing early.
Owens Barnett under the cup, lays it in. Back-to-back buckets. Al's trying to get a run going
Yeah,
here.
man, that's a point off of a turnover, right? Couple of points off of a turnover right there. That's huge. And if you continue playing that, that's what's going to happen. Remember, we just talked about defense, and you can create some offense off your defense.
Al's within 17 here. This is similar to that game against St. Mary's, but oh, what a dagger by Hybens. Mentioned early on, she's been efficient. Get this, Nate, 6 of 8 from 3-land this year. Doesn't shoot a lot, but when she does, she is automatic. As Fisher angles to the hole, lobs it in, and one opportunity.
One shot off, and finally. But that's how you get it done. You have to attack that basket, and when you do it, watch Malia Fisher come in. Great footwork right there. And just decided, I'm attacking the basket, move your left arm, give me a clear path to the rim. I'm able to get there, but I had to work to get there.
You can see that look on her
You
face.
can see it.
Like I made it. Finally. Got it in there.
That and the fact that, the frustration. There you go.
Gets the end one opportunity there. As both teams starting to percolate from the field. Rice has made its last 3 shots. Gonzaga its last 4. But Bulldogs above 60% from the field. As Maxwell tosses up top to Kaylee Trong. In case you're just joining us, Kaylin Trong left in the opening minutes after getting hit on the nose with an errant elbow. As
Fisher's
Ejim
out.
drives to her right. A little bit long, but the great follow is up and tapped in.
Yeah,
Ojukwu.
weak side post, man. You got to be there.
Ojukwu, freshman from Meridian, Ohio, a Utah transfer. Owens Barnett bounces right corner. 3 by Ennis. That gets the home folks riled up.
That will get you back in the game. A couple of those threes late in the second quarter, and that's what you have to have, second period, and that's what you have to have there. Now if they could just hang on and play a little defense. Uh-oh.
Haley Trong winds up. Long, but a rare miss from Ejim under there. Adams forwards it ahead. Here's Ennis, eyes at the timer. They have to get one more shot off. About a second's difference, game to shot clock.
They caught a break that time, but now you need a good play. You don't necessarily need a 3, you just need a basket. Make you feel good about yourself before you go in at the half.
Gonzaga's largest lead was 21 earlier. Owens Barnett to the hoop, but swatted away by Ojukwu.
That wasn't swatted away. That was, oof. You see it right here. She had the right idea. That's actually a foul.
I think she timed it perfectly.
She did. Got some
Owens
trees
Barnett,
underneath.
3 to shoot. To the hoop and lays it in. Her second field goal.
Down 14, JP.
That is manageable. They're able to keep it going. They didn't panic. And what a first half for Gonzaga.
Well, they saw the energy that it was going to take to get back into this game. And you've got to be able to play defense, and you got to be able to score baskets like this. The off glass defense, what does it do? It generates offense, and that's what the Rice Owls did in the last couple of minutes right before the half.
Let's go to Abby with Coach Fortier.
Shooting almost 60% from the three-point line. You've maintained a lead the whole entire game. What are you liking about your offense today?
Well, we've been doing a good job of sharing the ball. I don't think we've taken very many bad shots. We've been trying to read the defense pretty well. There in the middle of the second quarter, we got a little bit sped up. But for the most part, I think we've been taking good shots.
What's your message to the team going into the half?
We got to do a little bit better on defense. I think we're letting them get to their tendencies and their strengths a little bit, and that's not how we started the game. We started the game making them go to their weaknesses, and we're getting away with that, or away from that, and that's why they've kind of jumped back on us.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Abby. And that's exactly what Coach Fortier was telling us yesterday at the end of practice and what we noticed there during the half.
Yeah, you got to play defense. And if you don't play defense, you have an opportunity to create some offense. Rice House got to do a better half in the second half.
All Gonzaga here. Halftime with the kiddos.
Hey.
Oh, my gosh. What a halftime we have coming up here. Stay with us. What a first half for the Bulldogs. They dominate early. Rice, a great job playing pretty even basketball in that second quarter, but Gonzaga 28-point first quarter of play, and they end up shooting 57% in that first half. But a fun second half coming up. Stay with us for a package, the plays of the week across the American Conference. #23 ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs over the Rice Owls 47-33. What a strong start, a 16-0 start for the Gonzaga Bulldogs to this game. And after that, Rice was playing a lot of catch-up, did a pretty good job in some stages. You heard Coach Fortier saying, hey, they'd still like some better defense, but my gosh, that well-rounded Gonzaga offense in the first half without Kalen Trong for the most part, outstanding.
Right. Yeah, if Kalen's on the court, oh boy. But I tell you what I saw from Rice, they started playing really, really good defense. And the problem was, JP, is that the matchups were bad, especially down in the post. You can't do that against this team. That's why they're ranked number 23 in the nation. But I tell you what, as long as Rice continues to play defense, they'll be able to generate some offense off their defense. We saw that, and that's how they were able to get within 14 of Gonzaga.
Yeah, we saw good things happen in that first half when Rice took it to the rim, but my gosh, who to pick from in that first half? Maxwell's shooting, she spread it out, but really it was Hollingsworth who did a great job in that first half, but good things happened when Rice took it to the rim in that first half.
Yeah, you saw Jackson taking it to the rim that time, but, they got to do a lot of that in the second half, and Hollingsworth, oh, my goodness, man, she's one heck of a player right there. Nice job by Jackson to take it to Hollingsworth. Got to get her in a little bit of foul trouble because she's just too comfortable out on the court. And if the Trunk sisters get going, I'm telling you, they are just free throw shooters and free will three-point shooters as well.
Yeah,
they can knock it down.
When one Trong twin is not in there, the other one excelled as well. But again, Owens Barnett got to the rack a couple of times, and Rice still well within this game in the first half of action. We're about to start the second half here in a little bit, but you look at Rice, those 2 3 balls, and Gonzaga in that first half was 58% on their threes. A lot of helpers. They're winning in the boards.
But look, points in the paint. We've been talking about this all game. Attack the basket. If you attack the basket, you're going to be able to outscore them in the paint. That's where they're weak. Their defense is not as good, and you can generate some free throws with some fouls. Attack the basket. That's going to be what I would tell my team in the second half.
And with all of that in the scoring that came in that second quarter, only one player in double figures. That's Hollingsworth, who was one off her career high. She's matched her career high with 4 threes, hasn't missed a 3, and she's 7 of 7 from the field. And she had the nerve to miss a free throw there.
Nerve.
But,
well, usually what happens is, you got the Trunk sisters. They can work from inside out, right? And then what you saw in the second half, once again, in the second quarter, you just saw bombs away. So they've got to be able to stop that.
Yeah, Gonzaga 58% three-point shooting in that first half. Rice will look to get it going after just 39% shooting in that first half. A lot to get to in this second half coming up next. Third quarter action. All Gonzaga in that first half, 47-33. Stay tuned. Second half is next.
Edmonds said they got off to a slow start in both quarters. She needs them to start off strong, start off this third quarter like they ended that second one. Said you have to be aggressive playing an elite team like Gonzaga. Her message was be more aggressive, push the pace, make the easy layups, and look to attack the paint. Guys?
Thank you very much, Abby. As she had told all of us yesterday, hey, we've got to be the aggressor coming out here. And did not do that for some stretches in that first half, as the Zags will start with the rock.
I like the defense already.
And you see Kaylin Trong is back in there after taking what looked to be a bloody nose in that first half. Hollingsworth looking for that career-high breaker. Klazak's rebound, outlet pass, swatted back in front of her, and Kaylee Trong puts in the bunny.
That's the defense early. You know, you got to get out there because they're playing full-court defense also, putting pressure, bringing the pressure early.
Yeah, you heard Coach Fortier tell Abby at the break, hey, we still want to be better on defense.
Such quick hands.
Inez wiggling to the right side. Nice! Up and under to scoop to the hoop and in.
Got to have more of that, JP. Got to have a whole lot of that. Oh, here we go. Track meet.
Maxwell off the side of the rim. It's playing out.
Got to be aware of this. You know, sisters are on the court. They pass like crazy.
Jackson
nice
fades on Egypt and rolls it in.
Good move. That's a good attacking move right there by Jackson. Got to attack Egypt. Got to get these big post players in foul trouble.
Jackson in double digits to pace the Owls in scoring now. This after she had 3 points in 17 minutes down on the coast at the Islanders the other day. 49-39. Owls have cut it down to 10 again. Oh, how was that pass made by Kaylin Trong? Oh, my goodness.
I just told you. And they pass like crazy. When they're on the floor together, it's just, wow.
Jackson on the left arc, waiting for Hayes. Some two-man game here.
Yep.
Good jumper for Hayes, her second bucket.
Yeah, that's a good pick and roll there, man. And Hayes is going to need to do more of that. If she can knock down that little 5 to 10-foot jumper, they're going to be in good shape, especially on the pick and roll. Now you need some defense here, JP.
See that gauze in the left nostril of Kaylin Trong there. She launches underneath, almost an identical play. Hey, it worked last time. Let's run it again. Back to Egypt.
Yeah, they see well. They see the floor so well. And that was just a good pass underneath. Those passes aren't supposed to get through the passing lanes.
It's usually people don't attempt it because that baseline's like a second defender there. As Ennis hoist went up, one and done for the Owls as Egypt clears it.
Already looking to see where she can go with the basketball.
That's Egypt's 5th board of the game. Kaylin Trong, rim out, and Hayes. It's the rebound for the Owls. Long toss ahead to Ennis here. Goes into Kaylin Trong, arcs back out. Good look for Klazak, good as any, but hits off the heel of the rim. And Fisher dominoes down at the free throw line.
Well, that's a good rebound. Good physically strong rebound there by Malia Fisher. You got to attack every time. She had 2 defenders on her, so that's a good, strong rebound that they need to get some kind of momentum going here, JP.
Klazak getting some consultation from third-year head coach Lindsay Edmonds Bukanevich. And Rice 25-9 at home under coach Lindsay Edmonds. They've been dominant here at Tudor Fieldhouse. Fisher knifes in, pivots, getting those good looks, but just not finishing them, unfortunately, for the Owls' sake, as it rims out. Team rebound for Rice.
I actually thought Shelby Hayes had a shot there. Even if she had gotten fouled, it was a nice opportunity. 5 feet from the basket, you almost have to take point-blank range. You almost have to take that shot. Instead, she passed it out to Fisher.
Knocked out of bounds. Kaylin Trong turns official, and Rod Creech confirms that confidence there. Here's Strong walking it up. Used to come to a lot of Rice games growing up in nearby Jersey Village. Former Falcon passes to her sister, Kaylee Trong. They've done that a few hundred times, or 1,000 times in the backyard, I imagine.
Oh, my goodness.
Egypt could not get on the follow. And
the dad taught him how to play basketball.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did the story on him. I asked him, how'd you guys learn how to play basketball? They said their dad got them started.
Jackson surveying the scene. Leaves it for Ennis. Gets the call. Dips
Ennis.
underneath. Fisher's open. Slides to the right for the mid-range Jimmy. It's good.
Yeah, Malia Fisher starting to come on now. We knew it'd just be a matter of time. She keeps on knocking down that little in-between jumper, and man, that's a good shot for her to take.
Preseason American Conference second-team player, and you can see why with moves like that. Owls have cut it to a dozen again. They got it down to double digits earlier to 10 points as this one is kicked out. But in case you're just popping in, an early 16-0 run for Gonzaga. It looked like it was going to be a rout.
Yeah, Jackson got a hand on that ball, and she's playing some really good defense. I like the way she attacks the basket, and she's such a really, really good defender there. Oh, boy.
Kaylin Trong slides to the left and knocks down the three.
Yeah, that step back, that crossover step back, though, that's a tough play to defend right there. You saw Kaylee with a teammate there able to come up with that crossover dribble.
Coach 48 telling me yesterday, the Trunk twins just so smart. They play together just so cohesive as Fisher hangs and hits. Loves that mid-range.
That's a WNBA type move right there, JP. You see that? You know, she's able to get a little crossover with her body and the one-hand jump shot.
Down to a baker's dozen. We'll close out on Hollingsworth. She had 4 first-half threes to match her career high. Maxwell cleans it off the right iron, and Buchanevich slaps the pumpkin, and they come the other way.
They need something here, JP. Uh-oh. That's not a foul.
Fisher decked. Pops back up.
She's trying to get position, is Fisher.
Lefty three for Jackson. A little bit off. Fisher, the offensive rebound, and hangs on the rim and in.
That's a big-time play right there, JP. But you might be able to make something happen. That's a huge, huge play. And certainly, when you talk about trying to get the team going, take a look at this right here. This is a big-time play. And she's able to body out, get the rebound, get the defender out the way, off glass. That'll get you going.
And with that offensive rebound and putback, Rice now has more offensive rebounds than Gonzaga. About halfway through this third quarter of play. And Rice has cut it to an 11-point game, 56-45 in favor of Gonzaga. Do not go anywhere. It's shaping into a great finish. Happy Saturday to you. Stay with us.
Welcome back. With finals happening right now and both teams preparing for conference play, it's a tough time for both teams. Coach Esmond said that attending Rice is stressful all the time, which means it becomes extra stressful for the girls at this time of the year with finals happening. They've had to switch around practice times to work around the girls' exam times. They go to practice, and as soon as that's over, it's back to exams, back to studying. Said they're trying to keep practices short, but said her motto right now is to do it right, do it light. Do it wrong, guys.
Thank you for bringing that up, Abby. I was like, I'm taking that quote for my life. Do it right, do it light, do it wrong, do it long. As
long as you don't say it in the booth.
Lindsay Edmonds, a great job keeping things the way Tina Langley had done here. And she was telling us, she led off our chat with her yesterday, saying that this is definitely the best opponent that's come here in her time. As Little back in the game, so is Stokes. Ejim gives to Kaylin Trong. Oh, great two-man game and laid in for Ejim. She makes it look so easy, but great chemistry with the Trong twins and Ejim there.
Goodness, man. You got a lead pass there on the give and go, and man, she's just so easy.
Buchanevich catch and shoot. Short. On the follow.
It's about time. I knew that she was going to have something to say before the end of this game. Nice job by Sam. Look at that rebound. Tough.
Great box out.
I'm telling you.
As she pinned Hybens there.
Toughness.
6.6 rebounds, couple of blocks. Down off the Corpus Christi Bay the other day.
That's a smart young lady.
Yeah, speaking of, Rice went to Cal from Westside High School here in town. All right, they've cut it down to 10 again, but Rice has not been within side the double-digit margin in single digits since the opening minutes of this game.
Jackson's challenging, though.
Ejim On the baseline, Stokes gives it to Ejim, missed it, got it back, and laid it in.
You notice her feet? She's so quick with her feet.
In that second jump.
It was a jump step. Exactly. A great jump step move by her that time, and Ejim just was able to get better position.
And Nate and I play pickup ball. I abuse him on my second jump. I'm not lying.
In your dreams.
Innes teeing it up from deep. Gets it! Her second three. She's got double digits. Rice has cut it down to 9.
I like her game. She takes that shot when she needs to take that shot. And that was a good wide open three-point shot.
Rice has outscored Gonzaga by 5 in this quarter. Little trapped in the corner. Now on the left baseline, Stokes, feathery touch.
Rice had it down. They really were doing a great job of closing out the shots. All of a sudden, though, get one person open. That's what happens when you double.
Gonzaga folks were telling me they expected a lot of family from Stokes and her crew from Louisiana and Mississippi. As the Owls again taking it to the rack. Jackson drawing that foul.
Plays with such headiness. She knows where to go with the basket. You got to be able to kind of have a vision in terms of generating a free throw. And that's exactly what she did. She attacked, and she was able to get something done there.
Second for Stokes. And you can't tell me both these teams are such great programs and great job scouting. And they know that Jackson is a left-hander, but there's something about that aggressive left-handed drive that you're used to it from the other side, but it would have to take a while out of Magin to get used to, and she drains both freebies.
It's hard to defend, especially when you play against a lot of right-handed players. So it's very hard to defend. I love what Lindsay Edmond is doing with this basketball team.
All right, 9's the magic number for Rice, trying to get in it. Trong long, and chased down by Jackson. They've got numbers.
Good pass.
Buchanevich the lay-in. She's used to the threes, but she gets the deuce, and that prompts a timeout from Gonzaga.
Yeah, you can see it coming, man. That was a very, very good pass right there. You can see it coming. Jackson knew, I've got one of my players. I've got a peer coming. All I got to do is just get that defender in front of me and kick it to her. It's going to go off glass. It's going to be good.
Rice has outscored Gonzaga 22-15 this frame. They're back within 7. What a finish it's in store for. 62-55 Gonzaga. You better stay with us. What a last couple of quarters for the Rice Owls. They were down 21 at the 3:25 mark of the second. Since then, they have outscored Gonzaga by 14. And that last fast break, something to behold there.
Yeah, tell you what, Jackson, really special right there. And the pass, you got to be able to have good vision to get it to your teammates. And that's a big, big bucket for the Rice Owls. You talk about, getting your team in position to win. That's what you have to do.
Yeah, Gonzaga could not miss early. They got off to a 15-0 start. They had a practice. I guess afternoon time by their standards. They took the charter. Their plane coming here had a little bit of an issue that they got straightened out. And
we know about that, don't we?
We've been through a few hundred of those. But then they opted for an early morning shoot-around, which a lot of times teams don't take, but it has certainly suited them. As Ejim, you blink and you miss her, gliding to the hole there. She's got 16 points to pace the Bulldogs.
Well, Malia Fisher was trying to play defense, and all of a sudden she lost her footing, and Ejim had obviously an easy lane to the basket.
Jackson waiting for things to develop. 14 on the shot clock.
Oh.
It goes right to Kaylin Trong, and Rice turns it over. Coming back the other way, though.
They kept playing defense. Got to keep playing defense. Sometimes you get lucky. Better to be lucky than good. And
Amen
that time,
to that.
They were lucky because they kept moving down the court. And I'm quite sure Coach Lindsay Edmonds always tells them, hey, guys, you got to hustle.
Rebounding battle, basically even here. Turnover is pretty close, too. Gonzaga 10 and Rice 9.
Got to be careful.
Som gives it to
Zags.
Buchanevich. Back to Som. Swatted away. Oh, but this will go in Gonzaga's direction. I thought that was off.
Well, I thought it was
of the
foul.
Bulldogs. Hollingsworth there.
So here it is. Here's the attack. Some there. Oh.
Yep, she hit it. The Zebras got one right, Nate. Gotta make sure they know we said that. They were playing with us before the start of our broadcast.
They weren't playing. It was serious.
There's Maxwell. Ejim shook her head. Hands to Kaylin Trong.
Oh.
A little bit wide there on the baseline.
I was got lucky on that one. Trong had the vision. Ejim couldn't catch it.
Knocking on the door. The last minute of this third quarter. You got to think of your Rice. Ideally, you'd love a couple back-to-back threes, but getting it and keeping it in single digits is huge here. Buchanevich hoists one up. Way wide, but that was good closeout defense by Maxwell.
I don't think that they were aware of the time on the clock. Got to be aware of the time on the clock. That time on the clock, that's what's really critical in terms of being able to get a shot and get this lead down under 9.
Kaylin Trong slips free of Ennis. Missed the 15-footer. Apparently Fisher hit that one out. Rod Creech there right on top of it. About half a minute of this third quarter. Gonzaga's largest lead, 21. Rice has outscored Gonzaga by 5 here in this quarter. Kaylee Trong. Oh, looking for the twin sister. Instead drives on Buchanevich. Hoist a wild one up, no. And Jackson so comfortable with the ball in her hand. She says, we got this. One more shot for Rice.
You know what, JP? Little help defense also on the weak side. You're going to have to get it if you're going to shut them down defensively.
Buchanevich thought about the triple.
2.
Fisher, long 2, off to the right. But Owls do keep it in double digits. Both teams having trouble scoring the last couple minutes of that third frame. Rice didn't score the last 2:30. Gonzaga the last 2:15. We told you it'd be a fun one. Gonzaga by 9 going into the final frame. Happy Saturday. Stay with us here on ESPN+. A fun fourth quarter in store. Gonzaga the early offense. Rice took some offense, took offense and had some offense.
Yep.
But then Ejim, she has been as advertised underneath. 16 points, 10 in that quarter.
Yeah, she's averaged 20, around 22, a little over 20 in the last 7 games. You want to try to slow her down, but in slowing her down, what do you do, about Hollingsworth? So she's playing well too.
Yeah, the Rice Owls did solve the Hollingsworth riddle, at least in that second quarter. She had exploded for a season-high 21 in that first half and matched her career high in threes, but put up the goose egg in that third frame as Owens Barnett surveys left. Hayes hands to Ennis from the corner. Rim's a little bit long. Two-handed rebound by Maxwell. You're saying, sorry?
She rushed that shot just a little bit. She had a little space with her teammate there. Might have rushed it.
Hollingsworth to Kaylee Trong. Now right wing to Maxwell. Great box out by Fisher to snag that board.
Just like Maxwell rushed that shot.
That was Fisher's second rebound. Buchanevich to Hayes, back to Buchanevich. Scoop to the hoop, off a bit. I think they're getting Hayes on the box out. Yes, indeed. I was playfully talking smack with Katie Lukanich before the game. She's an Eagles fan. I'm a big Cowboys fan. We got kind of a big game coming up Sunday night.
Yes,
so.
You do.
She
have
wasn't
a big
taking
game.
any of my smack talk either. She was.
No. She's got a lot of fire. You can tell.
Officials competitive too. They take their job very seriously.
I pick her over you.
Wise decision as Ejim tries to hand to Hollingsworth in the post, but it's stolen by Owens Barnett. The lead ahead to Ennis and keeps possession. Unintentionally slung down by Kaylee Trong there, but yeah, somebody was hacked.
And you can see right there, you're just fighting for possession. And that's what you have to do. You have to fight for possession the entire game.
They got her on that reach in. And I had Kaylee Trong for 1 already, but they have her for 1. And I don't know if you knew this, the official table overrules us as it's wide in the post.
Got lucky on that one. That lead pass was just had a little too much mustard on it. Take a little mustard off that. Get 2 points out of it.
You're a mustard guy in the hot dog, right?
No.
You're not. That's right.
Not. No.
Nate and I went to a game at Dodger Stadium. We had a Dodger dog. What was that, last football season?
Yeah.
I was floored. Like, how could you not have a mustard on the hot dog?
Nope.
I'll even take ketchup. As Stokes feeds it ahead, Ejim, inside, outside, you name it, she can do it. She makes this game look too easy. It's not supposed to look this easy what Ejim does.
She's got mustard and mayo on her hot dog and ketchup. I tell you what.
Yeah, I would never put mayo on the hot dog, though. Ketchup, mustard, fine. Even a little bit of relish as Hayes slapped away, and she'll be going to the line.
Well, you have to have varied taste, my friend. You know,
as I get older, I'm realizing that.
Yeah, you have to have varied taste. I would never say no to the hot dog. You always put mustard on a corn dog.
Yeah, speaking of, we just had that shot of Kaylin Trong there. Of course, me being the foodie, I asked her yesterday, I said, hey, you have any restaurants you like? She mentioned a couple Asian places that she really likes coming back close, and I told her about some barbecue spots. She mentioned a place in Bel Air. You know, you're stomping ground some of the time for the day job. So we were exchanging food places there with the Kaylin Trong there.
Yeah, they can eat.
Hayes split that pair, by the way.
Uh-oh. That's too easy. See, Ejim, she's smiling. That was a give and go. Kaylin Trong moving to the basket. Just a little too easy. Good pass for her. And you got to look for that. That's going to happen quite a bit with them.
Kaylee Trong's got 8 points now. They've extended it back to a lead of a dozen. Owens Barnett can't roll it in. Hollingsworth swarmed there, lost the ball, and believe this will be a Zags foul. Yes, indeedy.
Rice Owls, JP, are really having to work hard for their baskets. And you can see the hustle play there. And look at the Rice Owls. They come in with the triple team. Got something out of it.
Yeah, and they whistled a second on Hollingsworth there. So I think what I did earlier, I gave foul to her teammate. 3 is up and good by Ennis, her 3rd 3 of the game.
Ennis with a nice step back and knocks it down. Good shot.
8 of her 13 this second half, down to a 10-point game. Kaylin Trong tees it up and puts it in.
Left her open too long.
WAC Player of the Year last year. Good response by Fisher coasting to the hoop. She's in double digits now. The Owls come up with the ball on the inbound play, but then
jump ball possession.
Arrow will be for the ladies from Spokane. For those that don't know, Spokane, a city of about 100,000, eastern Washington. Never been there. Here it's nice, though.
Suburb.
I don't think so.
College town?
Yeah, definitely a college town. Kaylee Trong.
A rare miss.
Can't rim it in. Knocked out. Owens Barnett picked up full court by Stokes there. Make it tough on her.
They've been pressuring most of the game, and you can force some turnovers when you do that.
Step back, Bukanevich off to the right.
Plenty
tracked
of time
down in the corner.
Plenty of time left in this game. Rice down 11. You need every bucket.
Owls down to 43% shooting. Gonzaga above 50%. Kaylin Trong to Ejim. Back over to Stokes. Kaylee Trong up to Ejim.
Oh boy.
Kaylin Trong for 3. She can miss. It is possible. But Ejim there, the offensive rebound. To Kaylee Trong off. And after all that, it'll be Rice ball. Yes, indeed.
It's called hustle, JP. That's what you got to get every now and then. The ball's going to go your way if you hustle.
Yeah. Old basketball coach, and I've heard it over the years. Good things happen when you hustle, Nate.
Right.
Under the 6-minute mark of this last frame, 15-0 start for Gonzaga. Rice has got it within double digits a few times, but now Gonzaga is trying to pull away this fourth quarter. Good move by Fisher. Out to Hayes, and she's fortunate that was tipped.
Oh, that was going back the other way very quickly.
Oh, side out inbound for Rice.
Yeah, Kaylin would have had a nice little bunny there.
Maxwell in for Kaylee Trong. Rice 5-3 on the season. With the rock. Ennis, a left block short jumper, rims out and sneered away by Stokes.
I have no issue with that at all. No issue with that at all. She took the shot she thought she needed to take. That was a good, wise shot. Just didn't make it.
Maxwell to Hollingsworth, and now up here to Kayla Trong. A reach in, and let's say that Ennis disagreed with Courtney Robinson's call there.
Most players do. And here it is. She's actually trying to squeeze, break the pick there. That's what happens whenever you try to squeeze in between the pick.
Yeah, she was going over the top. I think she thought that it was an offensive foul. Kaylin Trong goes up to Hollingsworth, misses on the potential career record-setting three, but got her own miss. And it's a fourth team foul on Rice.
Hollingsworth,
Fisher.
She didn't set her feet.
We have a timeout on the floor. Still anybody's game. Rice, the early deficit, clawing back in it for so long. Do they have the strength for that comeback? 4:54 to go, 71-60. 23rd ranked Bulldogs here at Rice. Stay tuned. American basketball on ESPN+. You know, that score is a little deceptive. Gonzaga has been fighting and clawing as Rice is scratching and clawing. Last couple minutes, it's been scoreless. But this has been a whale of a game since that opening stretch for Gonzaga. Rice in the upcoming schedule. They have a very Lone Star friendly schedule. They don't go out of our great state and really much of the city of Houston until January 17th. They've got Prairie View and then end it at Houston, their last game before opening up American action there. Taking on Wichita State January 3rd.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, U of H just had a win over A&M Commerce, I think.
Harvard of Hunt County, Nate.
Yes, of course, where you attended your collegiate, where you had your collegiate career.
Kaylin Trong to fade away in the paint. She's just getting cooking.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, Kaylin Trong's got the 11 points, but only 16 minutes as she got hit in the nose in an inadvertent elbow in the first half. Extends it to a lead of a baker's dozen as Fisher surveys the scene and an offensive foul called on Hayes. That was right in front of Courtney Robinson.
They're trying to move around the court, get position, and get in their spots. And when that happens, and you can't move the ball, things like that happen.
Ivins goes to Kaylin Trong. What do we tell you? Just getting heated up. 3 of her 4 threes in this second half. 11 of her 14 this second half.
We've been talking about them all game, so it's no surprise. They're really good.
Fisher turns it over. I believe Hollingsworth will get credit for that steal. What a dynamic duo.
Oh, yeah.
The Trong twins aren't there now, but early it was Kaylee. That was Kaylin, and now Hollingsworth still searching for that second half bucket. The team rebound coming up.
They're just letting it go. I mean, they're just releasing it like, hey, look, you know, I'm a shooter. We're up 16. I'm going to take a shot.
Another whistle coming before the ball is inbounded. I believe they're getting Hayes again. Al's faithful not liking that so much. That's her fourth. And into the bonus, Gonzaga. Maud Huibens from Hilversum, Netherlands. Very international roster for these Bulldogs. That's her first free throw attempt of the afternoon. She missed most of last season with a concussion, but coaches and the staff really like the way she's been finishing things, and she finishes those 2 free throws, up to 5 points here. 7-0 run for Gonzaga. Scoring drought nearing 3.5 minutes now for the Rice Owls. Jackson probes, circles underneath, tries the reverse over the outstretched arms of Huibens and in.
That's a really, really good shot by Jackson that time. Took some effort because the amount of dribbles you have to take to actually get that reverse layup in the basket, it's real effort.
It's a season high now for Jackson. Huibens up to Kaylin Trong, rotated right corner to Maxwell. Maxwell going to Huibens.
They move so well on the court, JP.
Kaylin Trong, 5 to shoot. Hollingsworth, contact, late call, be offensive. This will go against Hollingsworth. Her third. So both these teams in the bonus the rest of the way. Gonzaga a 14-7 advantage in the fourth quarter. They're trying to pull away. Every possession vital for Rice here. Hand to Jackson. Trying to tack onto that season high to no avail. Long toss ahead to Little. Crosses it over here to Maxwell. Good effort both ways. Hence the jump ball. And so it'll go the Owls' direction here.
Gonzaga, 36 rebounds to Rice's 26 rebounds. So they've been, beating them on the boards. And thought Rice did a nice job to close out the first half on the boards. Gonzaga has just been a little bit more aggressive.
In his left wing. Hayes gathers it, dips to the right, and he's got 6 second-half points. 8 on the game. Other way, Kaylin Trong. Turned over.
Yep.
Owls have it. 2 minutes to go. Can the Owls get a surge here? Jackson along the baseline. Gets it to the cutter, Hayes. No. Jackson out to Buchanevich. They need this one. Could not hit it.
Two
Team
big
rebound, Rice.
opportunities right there. You had 2 at the bucket, 3.
Yeah.
Make that 3.
And it's been a 2-minute scoring drought for Gonzaga. Rice,
My goodness.
they had their opportunity.
If
Just
they had
couldn't
been able to
capitalize.
hit that 3, it would have been nice because 3 points, you're down by 11 if you're able to get that 3.
You can almost read the mind of Lindsay Edmonds after this game. If they just had a better start. I mean, Gonzaga just came out firing, and since then it's been essentially an even game. Hangs on the rim for the Owls.
That's good Euro step there that time. Ennis getting to the basket.
Ennis with 15.
Nice player.
She had 14 at A&M Corpus Christi. Lindsay Edmonds saying during the week how she has gone from being a starter role player to really running plays for her nonstop. She's had a productive game. Nearing the last minute, Rice down a dozen. They're working some time off the clock. Kaylin Trong off to the right. Ennis took one in the forehead there.
Yeah, she did. That was a both players going after the ball. I think Ennis took the brunt of that punishment there.
like she'll stay in there. Yeah, tough Canadian cookie in there.
Yeah, she's tough. She's getting to the basket, making shots. You got to keep her in the game if you can.
Just under a minute. Maxwell subs out. They bring Claire O'Connor back in the game. She had some first half run. Innes high to Hayes. Owls need to get a quick shot off. Fisher going to the hoop. Annie. Better yet, score with the clock stopped. Right.
Malia getting to the basket. And now take a look at this. Challenging with that one hand, getting it to the basket, net off glass. And one.
So this would cut it to 9. You'd imagine Lindsay Edmonds would foul coming up here. And Coach Fortier will call the timeout here. 30-second stoppage. So it's a 10-point game. It would be a massive comeback for Rice if they could pull this one off, but no doubt that Coach Fortier wants them to dot their I's and cross their T's here. Yeah, no cupcakes coming up for Gonzaga as well. Take on the Jackrabbits, go to Tucson, and then they start West Coast Conference play in the new year.
I'm looking at that, and you know, you got 3 really solid teams, and you're at Portland and Santa Clara. Actually, you're playing Santa Clara here.
First ever meeting between these two teams. Gonzaga 23rd in the nation. Gonzaga picked to win the West Coast Conference.
And you see why.
Getting an up-close display of that as Kaylin Trong going to the line.
Pretty sure Ejim wants to get 20 points. Remember, last 7 games, 20 plus. Right now,
yeah, 7 times this season overall, she's had 20.
Yeah.
First free throw's up, and that is good. First trip to the line for Kaylin Trong. 77% on the season.
Got a box out here.
Rims out to second. Good board by Bukanevich. This will be a foul on Gonzaga. Or quick timeout was called actually before the contact came. So 11-point game, 39 seconds remaining. So again, Gonzaga hasn't had a field goal in over 3.5 minutes. But they've gotten it done at the charity stripe, and not saying it was a guaranteed comeback for Rice, because Rice has never led in this game. It's been Gonzaga wire to wire, but there's been a small opening there, but Gonzaga's showing you why, hey, we're the 23rd ranked team in the nation.
And you can see why. I mean, they play defense when they need to play defense. They have some lapses, but they make big shots when they need to make them.
3 in double figures for Gonzaga. Hollingsworth 21, all in the first half. Ejim with 18, and Kaylin Trong has 15. Her twin sister Kaylee's got 8.
Good basket.
That cuts it down to 9. Jackson tacking on to that season high. Most of her damage has come in this second half.
That's a big basket by Jackson, and you can see attack in the basket. That's what you need, especially coming off of a timeout. Here's right here. Look at this. Oh, good give and go. That's how you get it done. Need a lot of that, though. Need a whole lot of that with 36.3 remaining. Only down by 9, JP. You need a defensive stop, quick basket, defensive stop, quick basket, defensive stop, quick basket.
With 2 or all of those buckets being threes. Too. Yeah.
Yep.
Adams guards Kaylee Trong on the inbound here. Trong twins in there together, like they started the game. This is Kaylee Trong out high.
Need a steal. They're
Waiting
playing
for Adams, milking that shot clock.
Got to do something here.
Yeah, I wonder why the foul didn't come earlier there.
Yeah, let about 10 to 12 seconds run off the clock.
Kaylee Trong has not been to the line here today. 5 assists, 8 points, and 3 rebounds in 29 minutes. Got to be a thrill for her playing in front of so many family and friends. Former Jersey Village Falcon. Next free throw misses.
Cy-Fair Independent School District so high on them, but they were outstanding at Jersey Village.
Back to a 10-point game. 19.7 seconds left. I hate to keep going back to this well, but it's been a great overall game and display. Two great basketball teams, but that early jump, they obviously did a lot the whole game, but Gonzaga, 15-0. Doesn't take a mad scientist of basketball to break down what happened. They got off the bus ready to play.
Problem with Rice is that they couldn't hit their early shots. They couldn't get anything going offensively. And when they got a shot opportunity, it was like one and done. So, you have to be able to get those early shot opportunities and make them. And if not, you have to be able to get, a second chance opportunity. They didn't get any second chance opportunities, no third chance opportunities. Didn't happen until the second quarter, I think, when they really got into it, I'd say. And that's when they really got into it.
Yeah, Rice at the half was trailing 47-33, but outscored Gonzaga in the third quarter. But when they needed that comeback in the fourth frame here, Gonzaga has held serve as Buchnevich lobs towards the rim. Adams tips it back out. Shot clock unplugged. Innes, take it. Somebody's got to shoot it. But what defense by Gonzaga. They leave Hayes open, and she puts it up with the left hand. She's got double digits. And that will be all she wrote. Gonzaga wire to wire, 23rd ranked team in the nation. Shows you why. Hollingsworth, a great first half. The Trong twins, along with Ejim in that second half. All around, just great, pure offensive flow for Gonzaga. Rice had a lot of high points as well, but Gonzaga showed you why, hey, we're number 23 for a reason.
Yeah, they really were, and they were good. They made the shots they needed to make, played defense when they needed to play defense, stifled Rice early, and I think that's what hurt them the most. Rice couldn't really get off the schneid early, and you saw Gonzaga come in here like they were playing at home, with easy money, and they were able to knock down the shots when they had to knock them down.
What a balanced offensive effort it was. Gonzaga ended up shooting 49% from the field without hitting a field goal the last 4:19. And Abby with the player of the game, Eliza Hollingsworth. Abby.
What a game for you, 21 points. What stuck out to you about your performance today?
I had a bit of a rough game last game, so I'm just proud that I didn't let it get to me and come out firing like nothing happened.
You started today with a lot of energy, a lot of aggression. What was your mindset coming into today?
Road games are hard, and we've been having a tough schedule, so we knew that they're going to come out with their best hit, and I think we did a great way to answer it early on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. And Eliza, very modest there. She had that strong first half. Didn't even have a bucket the second half, but she set that tone early for them.
She really did. She set it early and often, inside and out. And when you can play well inside and out and score like you really want to, that's going to help your team. We got a shot to win it.
Well, that's it for the A-team. From here, it was an A-plus type of game, an early start for Gonzaga, and they kept it rolling the whole way. Been a fun one, partner, but Hollingsworth, the Trong twins, and Ejim, they rolled to this one.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, JP. Good to work with you and good to watch them. Really, two good teams today, and you saw Gonzaga. They were just better.
Gonzaga doing it in every direction. Have a great rest of this day. God bless. We'll talk to you next broadcast here. American basketball on ESPN+. Good Saturday, everybody.